want to talk about shared housing. So what is shared housing? Shared housing is something when we're sharing an apartment with other roommates. I did this for 10 years while in college, and people actually think that you only do this while in school. And school is, you go for 4 years or 5 years, you rent a place, you share the other roommates, and then you think that you're gonna get a great job, you're gonna move on, and you're gonna have your own place. And what we found is that that's not true. People actually continue to live in a shared house with other roommates for almost a decade after they graduate. And it happens for a reason. It happens because we care about different things, the things that matters. And I would rather spend my money on buying an experience than actually buying things. And given where we are today, I don't have to actually buy a car when I can rent it whenever I want to. I don't have to buy a home when I can travel anywhere and spend whatever time I want to. I can literally live in any country and experience different things. Not only that we're delaying ownership, but we're also delaying marriage. I mean, there's so many things we want to do. And if you talk to our generation, they'll talk about, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to build this great business. I can actually be a solo owner of a business where I have employees in other countries or wherever they are. Not only that, I can just spend my time swiping left or right on Tinder. I mean, I can do that for years. And when these things happen, it just does something to us. We just tend to move in a whole new direction. And we really care about how people treat us and how we connect with other people. It's all about belonging somewhere. And I have had, probably so many jobs, and I think if you ask our generation, they have so many jobs, and the reason is because I care how I feel. And if I go to a company and I'm working there, I can probably bet that they're not gonna be working there forever if they're not growing, they're not learning any new skill, or they're not valued at that company. Or maybe, they're just gonna find their own business. Now, what it does to people, it kind of puts them in a position where you're asking really tough questions. You probably go to a great school, you graduate, you get a job, you're probably making six-figure salary, and yet you still cannot afford to live by yourself. The cost is increasing every single day, and your salary just simply can't help you get a place of your own. And we really, really care about connecting with other people. And that's why most of our generation is renting, and they are sharing homes with other people. And that's why we built Roomi. We want to help people find a home anywhere in the world and connect with other people. They share their lives, travel, experiences, and do whatever they have to do while being anywhere in the world. They don't have to sit or belong to just one place, but they can belong anywhere. And this is just a quote from one of our users. It's how simple it is that you can go online and you can meet random people, but there has to be a trust. And when you find that trust in a platform like Roomi, when that helps you get there, then you can actually just connect with anyone and you can live anywhere. So we launched over almost a year ago in New York, only an iPhone. And what we simply do, if you have an apartment, you have 1 or 2 rooms available to rent out, you put it online, and we'll help you connect with the right person. And these people are using Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram to tell them a story, what I believe in, who am I, and why should I care to live with you. Within 15 months, we've grown now over to 18 cities. We have over 500,000 people searching for homes on our platform. And now that brings a question that why I'm here. Everyone is talking about money, fraud, identity, and we're talking about housing here. But there's a simple fact, everyone is trying to sell something to this young generation. Just buy, buy, and buy. But what they're trying to do is share and rent and share and rent. You just simply cannot get a hold of them. And that's why shared housing, we believe, is going to be the biggest change. Because when you open up doors into their lives by sharing or by renting, you can literally now get access to their lives and sell them whatever you want to. But you have to understand them first, get into their lives first, and then see what can you sell them. So we started with just search and discovery. We're now focusing on verification. We have added background checks, credit checks. Everyone is talking about identity, ID verification, face recognition. We're now there with ID, background, and credit. And we are going to work on adding all these extra features that you have seen in this conference. Not only that we verify people and build that trust, but help them easily sign a contract online. Because it really matters to them that I have something there that's going to protect me. And not only when you sign the contract online, you can actually make the entire booking online. We've all seen Airbnb, and it's very similar to Airbnb. You just go online, sign a contract, make the first month's deposit or the rent, and you're in. Not only they're living there, but we really care about how they manage that relationship afterwards. And that's why we're working on rent payments. This helps us not only open up the supply, but also with retention. And I think people really care about retention when they're talking about payments. But we see payments as something, a tool, to get the supply that's not available on the market. And if you look at this generation, and I know that companies from insurance to lending are trying to get access to these people, how can they get a loan? Or how can I sell them my insurance policy? You just can't do it. Because they're not buying a home, they're not buying a car, you're not going to get access to their lives easily. But now in this scenario, when they're renting these places, they're also struggling to come up with that first set of money for the first month's rent or deposit. Because I might have just graduated from a great school and probably have a good job offer. But what I don't have in my bank account is money. And that's why you think, okay, I'm going to call my mom and dad, and they're going to be my guarantors. But in this case, what we can allow them is to get access to that money right then and there. They can simply verify. We already have their information for credit, background, and ID. All you have to do is just get a lending player and help them figure out if they're worthy of a credit. You get the credit, they're involved in the company, they're attached to a company for the next 3 to 4 years. And that's how we can help other companies enter into their lives. It's a seamless experience from thinking about moving to actually moving. And the way we look at it is actually think about in real time, if we had the information about who's moving where without breaking the lease. Right now, the concept is that if I'm moving to Boston for 2 months, I have to break my lease, find a roommate, and then move on. But what if someone else is moving to New York and they can just take your place? And you can move to Boston, they can move to New York, and you can keep traveling and just exchanging your homes very easily. It's almost like a check-in and check-out process. We started as a mobile product, so you can go online and just browse thousands of listings. Not only you can browse them, but you can also personalize based on your search. If you care about certain things, you can filter them. And not only that you're seeing thousands of rooms available online, but you can also see that they're verified. You don't have to send back and forth emails, just go online, chat instantly, and you can move into the apartment. And this is an example of one of our users from New York, what it looks like. And I think what I would focus here is on the length of the stay. We even don't believe that this is that short. It's only 6.4 months. Download the app and give it a try. Thank you.